Okay, anybody
Hold
can,
on, hold on. We're not officially live yet. Okay, we are live in the group. I'm just trying to mute everything. So now let's see if things are better for you guys. And unfortunately on YouTube, we'll have to put this on YouTube after. So let us know into the chat if you're still hearing an echo. Laura, you might want to start talking.
okay, can you hear everything okay? Just let
I
us know
can.
before
They
we,
said it's better.
you cannot hear an echo anymore?
No.
Okay. Okay, then, so let's get back to, I was talking about money. And the thing is about money, like I said, it's not real. It's the value that we attach to this measurement, as I call it. Like I said, only 4% of the money in the world is actually in a form that can be touched. Everything else is just numbers on a screen. But then you say, okay, yeah, but obviously that makes a difference about things, right? What these numbers represent. To me, money is like the numbers represent, like, when you go on a scale in the morning and you say, am I gaining weight or am I losing weight, right? They're numbers that represent something that you're doing with yourself, your body, to move in the direction that you want. The same thing is about money. Now, the thing is, we are part of something bigger that we don't understand in our limited mindset, right? On a limited mind. But if we just even understood 1% of what is going on in our own existence, how we're connected to a higher energy, how God, the universe, whoever you want to believe, is really running the show here behind us, and what power we have. They say that we are made out of stardust. They say that we are a direct image of God, of his full potential, right? We're just a small percentage of all of that. But even with a small percentage, we are limitless in our powers. Okay, we're limitless. Is that we put this limit. Just think for a second out there. There is a movie that I love, and it's called Limitless, and that is with what's his name? The very good-looking guy, but anyway, it's Limitless, and it's about this guy that he's a writer, he's in New York, and he struggles, and he's getting evicted and everything else. And then he taps into this drug or medicine, and basically the thing changes how he behaves. And by changing his behavior, by changing how he presents himself, all these things starts happening in his life, and he becomes super powerful, super rich, everything, right? So obviously there is a wrong part of this movie, or a bad part, because he's basically tied to this particular drug. They gave him this basically confidence. So now you don't need that, okay? Just imagine if right now you could go out there and act as if you are the person that you want to become. Pay close attention here. Act as if the person you want to become. Don't say that in the future, because for the universe, God, there is only one time, and it's now. Time is also irrelevant. We see past, we see future, right? But the time is only now. Who says that you have to wait 1 year, 3 years, 5 years to accomplish that particular dream? You say that. Society says that. If you arrange your expectations that can happen everything now, that's what it is. I was talking with somebody this morning, and I'm not going to say her name because she might be on this live or listen to it. And I said, okay, when you close your first deal, she's in the process of putting contracts in today. I said, when you close your first deal, how are you going to reward yourself? And she's like, I want to go to this very fancy restaurant, French, and have a really nice French meal. Okay, without worried about expenses, right? So I was like, okay. And I want you to think of this first. I said, have you ever been to Paris? And she said, no. And I was like, when you've done 3 deals consistently for 3 months, I want you also have a French meal and fly yourself to Paris to do so. I didn't say to her a year from now, 2 years from now, I says 3 deals for 3 months, because that's more now, right? They only say that Jesus, when they asked him when something was going to happen, he never said 1 year, 2 years, 5 years. He said soon. So you can change your reality now. You can change things, how it happens now, today, tomorrow, if we want to put a time thing. You don't have to wait a year. I said, okay, great, okay. But you have to wrap your mind the fact that everything happens in the now. The universe knows only now. So, okay, that sounds good, but how am I going to do that, right? It's about expectations. It's about belief. It's about certainty. Those are 3 powerful words: belief, expectations, and certainty. If you believe it 100% and you expect it, and you come to this place of certainty, things happen right now. You don't have to wait. One of the examples I always give is like, you go on Amazon, right? And you order something on Amazon Prime, okay? Then you don't stress about it, right? You know it's coming. Maybe it's going to be a little late. Maybe you think it's going to come today, it's going to come tomorrow, but it's going to be there. You don't, when you go to a restaurant and you place an order, the waiter comes, gets your order, you don't stress about it. You just say, ooh, wonder if this order is going to come. Or I wonder how long I have to wait. No, the order is going to be there. If whatever you want is going to be there or close to it, right? But the thing is, that's the feeling of certainty. That's the feeling of expectation. That's the feelings of belief. Okay, so if you want to wrap your mind how certainty, belief, and expectations does, think of Amazon or think of the restaurant or other examples like it. And now move that feelings of expectation, belief, and certainty into every other area of your life. Well, if you had this type of feeling in everything you do, everything from the moment you wake up, right? You knew for certain and you believed 100% and you expected it to be that way. Because what happens is, at this level, when you get to that place, everything in your life is going to change. Everything immediately. If you get to the place now in the next 2 hours, it's going to change in the next 2 hours. Because what it does, it changes something, and this goes, I'm not going to get into it too much, but it changes something at the molecular level. There is quantum physics and quantum mechanics, and if you know anything about that, you know what I'm talking about. But there is quantum physics, it talks about these particles, and all the realities is these particles, and quantum mechanics is how these particles react. And we control these particles. Actually, there are studies that shows that our focus, our observation on certain particles make them behave a certain way. So like if I expect, I have the phone here, right? I expect this to be a cell phone. That's how it is a cell phone at the molecular level. So that's how expectation. Actually, there is an experiment, there is an institute at the University of Chicago. And the institute, they study quantum physics and quantum mechanics. And they observed that they put these waves into, there is this box and these waves, these laser waves going to this box. And they react a certain way if you look at them. But if you turn your sight away, it gets caught into it that these waves react differently. But when the observer comes back to observing, they react differently again. Because when we focus or observe something, reality acts different. You understand what I'm saying? So if I point my face away, I don't know what's going on in this part of the room. Really, my focus is not there. I'm not looking at it. So what does that mean to you? It means everything. It means that you can influence everything at the molecular level in your brain, in your body, in your being, about doing it a certain way, about the reality. There is a guy, another example. I just want to give you these examples, and I would love you to do some research in the future. But there's a other guy is out in New York. He's a yogi, and he lost 100 pounds. He's still alive. He lost 100 pounds in less than a month of weight, just by reaching the certain level of consciousness, of expectation, belief, and certainty. He lost over 100 pounds in a month. Now, he doesn't look the best. You can see all the skin sagging. He's on YouTube, actually. But the thing is, it's just that type of belief. So if you get into that, and the thing is, our mind is always thinking. Okay, it's always thinking. Of course, thoughts become reality. It's true. But most of our thoughts are not helping us. Thoughts, thinking, you are now in the present, you have your expectations, belief, and stuff like that. Your thoughts should be only to the extent of helping you to perform the next inspired action to get you closer to where you want to be. Unfortunately, we use the thoughts and circle within these thoughts that are going to actually break the gap between where we are now and the action we need to take to create who we want to be. The thoughts actually are hurting us in that way because we can't control our thoughts. We can't because we don't know how. We don't. We have 60,000 thoughts flowing through our mind all day long. Just imagine now if you control your thoughts. If you have a negative thought that comes into your mind, you're going to say, no, I don't want to. No, go away, stop. I'm not going to think that. That's not true. That's not me. Right? There is so much I can tell you on this topic, guys. And, I hope I gave you some food for thought here. But, I don't want to take too much of your time. But think about this. Think about this. There is a book right now that I'm reading, and it's a little advanced. The title actually kind of turned. I had this book, and I read pieces of it years ago. Now I came back. I'm actually having it in an audiobook. And so a lot of what I talked about today comes from this book. It's called A Happy Pocket Full of Money. Silly title, didn't appeal to me. But, this book is like, it resonates. I read books all the time, and it pieces a lot of the things together that I talked about today. And also, we gave you a PDF a couple of days ago that highlights a lot of the practices. If you go to page 3 of the PDF, it lists a lot of the practices you can do right now to really change yourself at your, inner conscious, subconscious level, and your molecular level. So look at this page 3 of the PDF. It has a nice long list of things. And some of the practices like meditations, journalings, affirmations, all these things you've heard that work, they work. You just have to expect that they work. You have to believe that they work, and you have to be certain that they work. Put your Amazon order in today. It will be there. That's all I have to say, Liz, for now.
Okay. Awesome. Okay. So I wanted Laura we do Money Week, and everyone loves Money Week, right? And so we wanted to try something a little different this time. So definitely leave your feedback on what you thought about today's live. I know I talk a lot about money and money mindset that I learned from people that I follow and things like that to quadruple the income within a year. And so don't worry, I will still have my week of where I teach you guys how to get there. But I wanted to give Laura a chance because she was the one that originally got me into the money mindset. And so why not learn from where I learned from to start with? And then I went into a bunch of books and stuff, which I share. So it's called what is it called? A Pocket Full of Money?
Happy Pocket Full of Money.
I have the book because I just ordered it, but it's in my living room. So it's called A Happy Pocket Full of Money.
Yeah, I have it on Audible, and I had a printed copy too, but
Well, before we try show, we do have somebody that's going to be winning it today during the raffle. So we are raffling off a pocket full of money. So we are going to raffle off a $50 gift card and the book, a happy pocket full of money. And how you claim this is in our Facebook group. You just comment like crazy in the morning of the live. We go in and we take the top 3 people that commented the most throughout the week, and we spin a wheel. Now, one of the things I want to say is this week was a little quieter in the group than normal. So I'm hoping it wasn't because of the raffle, because who would not want just a $50 gift card sent to them today, right? So, I mean, I would do that. So just kind of keep in mind that we do that to build the community, to let the women have a place to go. And the only way we can build our community is by activity in the real estate investing group. So if you want the group to stay going, then we need the activity there, and we reward the ladies that do that. So this particularly lucky lady helped out a lot this week, was entered into the top 3, and you have 1 week to claim your prize. By the time we do the live next week, it will no longer be claimable. So wanted to do that. So today's raffle is the $50 gift card and the book, A Happy Pocket Full of Money. And our winner is Kim Stokes. So congratulations, Kim Stokes. You are the winner of this week's raffle. So Laura, do we want to talk about some upcoming things that are happening in the REIW community?
yeah. Well,
All
the
right.
biggest thing, guys, is that, as a lot of you know, we have the retreat coming up in the middle of October, October 13th or the 15th. So let me say a couple of things about this retreat. Number one is the last live in-person retreat we're going to be doing for a year. So if you are saying, ooh, maybe I'll catch him in the spring or next year. No, it's going to be until after the summer of next year, the next one. Why are we doing this? Because we're going to be doing other things with the students next year. We have a cruise that we're going to be doing in the middle of summer. We have a couple of online virtual things that we're going to be doing. So we're not going to do in person as many anymore. I just for open up to everybody. So, you have to this time. Why do you want to be there? Because it's amazing. We're going to be in a hotel right on the beach in Fort Lauderdale. We open the conference room, you dip your toes in the sand, right to the ocean. You can go in the ocean in the morning, seeing the sunrise. We have amazing activities planned. The other thing is that we are doing a lot more at this retreat of implementation behind the scenes type stuff. So the thing is, we're not going to just talk about wholesaling, buying whole fix and flip. We're going to talk it on steroids. We're going to talk at the ninja level. We are going to actually open up what goes on behind the curtains of it. Having an Airbnb arbitrage. We have one of the coaches, she owns over 50 Airbnbs. She's going to tell you everything she knows on how she built 50 Airbnbs in less than 3 years. Okay. We are going to talk about new strategies like novation. Novation is a powerful strategy where you basically assign a contract for another one. So if you're wondering how you can make $50,000, $100,000 profit on one deal by wholesaling it, novation is the way to go. Okay, it's very clever. We have one of the coaches, that's all he does is novations. We're going to have 10-minute tactics where we actually pull in even students on stage, and they share their most powerful tactic that made a change. These are people that were nowhere 6 months, a year from now, now they're like doing multi-million-dollar deals, and they're going to share with you how they got to that so fast. Remember, only now, right? Only now. So if you're on the fence about being there, if you're on the fence and say, oh, I don't know if I can make it, or it's first of all, the expense is, there is nothing like, we have different levels, but the girls here in the team can post here more about it, but the expense is nothing compared with what you get. We have a general audience ticket that is going to be really affordable for everybody. And that will get you in the room, that will get you to get all the lessons, that will get you to participate, that will get you to be on the sand in the beach. We also have, you can stay at the hotel. I don't know if we have any rooms left. We have a special rate But you know, there are a ton of Airbnbs, and believe it or not, September is actually October, I'm sorry, it's actually low season here in Florida. So everything is still affordable before the winter comes, which is the high season. So if you want to get an Airbnb or anything like that, there is a ton of places around the areas as well. But you need to be there. I tell you right now, it's not because obviously we want as many people as possible, but the thing is that what we share with you is going to be one of a kind, and it's going to be the last live in-person retreat that is going to. Now, I would like to have a show of hands here. Who would like to come to the retreat in October? Who would like to, if we can make it workable for you? Show of hands, say me, and what will happen is we're going to have one of our assistants reach out to you and see how we can make it a reality for you. So just go ahead and type in the chat, and we will reach out to you and see what we can do. That's it.
Okay. Awesome. So yeah, as Laura said, this is the last possibility of seeing us in person for a while as far as retreats. We are doing different things. And so we're really trying to get this pushed out, because every time we do a retreat, we have an insane amount of people that say they wish they would have went there. They wish they would have came. Please reach out the next time. And so definitely try and get there. If you're able to, comment me and I'll make sure that my team reaches out to you today to get you information on that. Other than that, we are going to get off here and head about our day with everything, but thank you for attending. I hope today was helpful, and I am super excited. We have some exciting weeks coming for you guys, exciting raffles. We're officially into the holiday season. And so you guys know we always give amazing raffles like we did last year during the holiday season. We've already been planning them and all that. So we are going to get off here and head about our day, but thank you for attending, and I hope to see you at the retreat.
Take care, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.